Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. So welcome back all my pony pals. How we doing? Are we holding our horses? Are we remaining stable? Are we trying to make a bolt for it? Let's find out. We're going to try and jump the gate, stampede, and head for the horizon. Just trying to be funny while I shuffle. There's not many horse puns that I can think of actually. So yeah, moving on. Let's see how you guys are getting on. Let's stop about there. And we'll take that one from the bottom. We'll take this one from the middle. We'll take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got a positive white and we've got the two blacks there and the negative. And seeing those two negatives there, it's easy to say, oh no, doom and gloom, it's all coming to an end, it's the end of the world. But we don't have to be so dramatic because black is not always an attack, white isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibility of those cards when we flip them over. For all we know, this white could be a danger card, but it's not. It's a card for you. It's the horse card there. So we are seeing progression. We are seeing moving forward. I don't think that you are happy with the sort of moving forward that's going on right now, though, or you feel maybe you've bitten off more than you can chew. Maybe you're trying to handle too much, juggle too much. You're trying to take on too many projects. You're trying to do too much all at once, and you're just trying to figure out how did it get this far? How did you end up with all of these things that you are now responsible for, or now you have to take care of, or now that you have to make sure get done and aren't neglected or forgotten about? When did it become your responsibility? But it is progressive for you. This is good. It's moving forward. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, two horses, they do get on relatively well. And I think it's good for you right now if you do remain active, you do remain sort of out there in your outgoing self. Keep yourself moving, keep yourself just occupied. You need to keep yourself occupied because there is this negative stuff that we're moving towards. And I think, again, it's because you're not really happy with the way things are in a kind of, as I said, how did all of this happen? It's not like you're miserable. It's just there's a lot of stuff that you need to take on board right now. There's a lot of things you're considering, a lot of things that you're thinking about, and it's all the thinking and stuff that is doing your head in a little bit, because you can only think about so much. It's so much at one time. You can only think about one thing at a time. You can only think about this, that, but there's all these things, and now it's all occupying your mind, driving you absolutely insane, driving you crazy. But being outside, getting out there, doing things that you enjoy, occupying yourself, keeping yourself busy, just keep up at the same speed at which you're going. Don't let the negative sort of side of things slow you down, because if you imagine that these negatives as we move towards here, if you imagine that as like a sticky, muddy, sort of swampy pool, the horse will power through that. So you will be able to power through it. You're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get too much resistance as you move forward, because you are in a progressive place. As long as you keep moving forward and occupy your time progressively, you don't want to stop and start dwelling on it. You don't want to start becoming stagnant, and you're not, I don't think, because the monkey's there again. It's just basically saying there's a lot to do, a lot that you're getting on with, a lot of stuff that you're juggling. The horse and the monkey, they can cooperate to a certain degree. They are relatively, cool, amicable characters with each other. There's no real animosities or conflicts. So again, not a bad card. What we are seeing here, though, is a need for you to definitely be making sure you're looking out for yourself. That sort of, self-care idea, that if you don't look after yourself, if you don't look after your body, if you don't look after your sort of, mind and your own sort of, if you don't look after your shit horse people, basically, then you're going to start finding problems and suffer the consequences. So you need to start looking after your shit, basically. I'm not quite sure how else to put it. I think that's the best way that I can put it, is to just start being a little bit more, for you. Just be a little bit more. I want to try and refrain from saying selfish, but it's just do something that's for you. Just be more considerate of what you want to do. Like I said, get outdoors, go on an adventure, just take care of yourself, because if you don't, you will suffer the consequences. It doesn't mean you're being less productive. It just means you're being productive in a different way. And you can be productive in a different way, you know? Because a lot of productivity or a lot of progress is seen in the physical side of things, because you can see the actual physical result, and you judge that productivity or that progress by looking at it and saying, oh yeah, look, he's been there, she's been there doing this, or they've been there doing this for, you know, 5 or 6 days or whatever. There's the progress, there's the result, look at the physical result, and you see that progress, and they'll say, oh yeah, look how hard working they are, look how great they are. But if you were to be sat there doing nothing for that same duration of time, but you were working on yourself and you were doing stuff that you wanted to do, people would say, well, that's lazy. Look, they haven't even bothered to build this box. They haven't even bothered to pick up the screwdriver or read the instructions. They don't even care about making a start on it. How lazy, how selfish that they're just sitting there reading a book, or they're you know, going away for the weekend. But that's just people being jealous. That's just people not understanding the situation. They don't get that you are being progressive, and the productivity is within, and that's what it's for. It's a self-care. It's an act of self-care. The product that you're producing is one internally, not one for everybody to see. It's for you, and it is only for you. It's for you to. This is you basically just reclaiming a bit of power for yourself. This is you just taking some time to just be a little bit selfish now and again. Just be a little bit selfish for yourself, because you're just going to run yourself down. And when I say selfish, I don't mean you just have to be spiteful with it and be like, I've got to do this, I've got to drop everything, and I'm going to just drop all my responsibilities and all of these things we've said about, you know, all the things you're juggling. I'm not saying that. It's just sort of do things that are going to not be a hindrance or a sort of I don't want to say that it's going to, I don't want to say that, you know, it's going to be a blight on your mental health. I'm not going to say that it's something that's going to be so drastic as that. But before things do start taking a turn for the worst, it's always best just to look after yourself a little bit. Just be a little bit more, you know, sensitive to what you need. And it's okay for you to be sensitive for what you need, especially as you go through this phase. However, don't let it get the best of you. There's the snake coming in here, the selfish snake. So don't let it get the best of you, as I've just said, literally. It's like I'm psychic. It's like I just said. You don't want to do this spitefully. You don't want to do this where you're like, I don't want to partake in this because it's my time, and I'm not going to help you, or I'm not going to turn up when I said I would, because now I have to be selfish and do what I want to do, and it's all about self-care, because self-care is exactly that. It's self-care. There's still work to do. You've got to actively be doing something in order to take care of yourself. You know, you've actively got to be doing something in order to heal, or in order to get that productivity and be progressive. The snake and the horse isn't overly compatible. It is a karmic card, however. So we are looking at some karmic energy, but it is in the negative. So you need to be really careful where you tread right now, because if you start being really boastful with your selfishness and you allow it to consume you, you will get bitten in the arse by this snake, and it will come around and it will just bite you in the arse. Again, this is why you need to get your shit together. This is why you need to kind of, you know, sort yourself out, but do it for the right reasons. Do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for, you know, for spite, or just to get out of jail free card. You know, you still got responsibilities. You still got things that you need to take care of. You still got to turn up for work. You know, you still got to make your kids dinner. You've still got to, you know, do the things that you said you were going to do. It's just make sure you're taking some time for yourself. Take some time for yourself, and don't let things get too much on top of you where you forget that. As I say, the snake and the horse, they're not exactly the best relationship or the best compatibility there. And I think, again, it comes down to that being, I suppose, that selfish element. So you're not as selfish. You're not as, you know, it's not in your character to be selfish out of spite or things like this. So just try and stay true to character, and just try and, you know, take care of yourself a little bit. And we'll find out how you get on with that, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. I will be back again this evening with a reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep or the goat. If you're interested, I'll see you over then. If not, then not to worry. I'll just see you in the next reading we do next week for you guys born in the year of the horse. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.